I was standing barefoot on the cold marble floor of our kitchen, still wearing my paint-splattered work hoodie, when I realized my marriage had turned into a corporate takeover. On the granite island in front of me sat a laminated sheet of paper. Not a note, not a letter, a laminated document, complete with pastel dividers and a title printed in elegant serif font. The Carter Household Operating Rules. My wife had highlighted parts in gold. My 8-year-old daughter, Lily, sat at the breakfast table swinging her legs, watching me the way kids watch adults right before something bad happens. She already knew. That hurt the most. "Daddy," she said quietly, "Mum says you have to follow the rules now." That was the moment I knew this was not about marriage anymore. This was about control. Before I tell you what was written on that sheet and how one single rule destroyed my wife's entire country club fantasy, I need you to understand who I was before everything fell apart. My name is Tatiana Carter. I am 35 years old. I manage commercial renovation projects across northern Colorado. I make about $92,000 a year. I am not wealthy. I am stable. I built my career from the ground up, literally. I started hauling drywall and sweeping job sites at 19, went to night classes, got certified, and worked my way into management. I am proud of that. My wife, Amanda, is 33. When we met, she worked as a medical billing coordinator at a small clinic in Fort Collins. She made about $42,000 a year and never complained once. She packed leftovers for lunch, drove a dented Toyota Corolla, and used the phrase that seems wasteful, like a moral compass. We fell in love in a life that was quiet and honest. We bought a modest 3-bedroom home near Loveland with a yard big enough for a swing set and a garden Amanda insisted on planting herself. We spent weekends at farmer markets. We hosted potluck dinners with neighbors. She used to hand-make birthday decorations for Lily instead of buying themed party kits. Amanda used to say, "I do not need fancy things to feel valuable." I believed her. Everything changed after one brunch invitation. A woman named Paige Whitmore invited Amanda to a charity luncheon at the Silver Ridge Country Club. Paige was married to a real estate investor and wore confidence like a tailored blazer. Amanda almost did not go. She told me those women were intimidating. I told her to try it. I thought new friends might be good for her. She came home glowing, not happy, electric. She talked about linen tablecloths, infinity pools, tennis courts, and women who never checked price tags. She talked about lifestyle, alignment, circles, circles, elevation, words that had never existed in our house before. Within weeks, Amanda was shopping differently, speaking differently, looking at our life like it was a temporary mistake. Then she quit her job. Then the spending started. Then the rules appeared. By the time that laminated sheet hit the counter, my marriage was already bleeding out. I just had not accepted it yet. What Amanda did not expect was that I would read every word, and then write one rule of my own, a rule that applied to both of us. That was the moment the silence ended, and it was the beginning of everything she thought she controlled collapsing in public. The first time I realized Amanda was serious about the rules, it was over $4. I stopped at a gas station outside Greeley on my way to a site inspection, same place I'd gone for years. I grabbed a small black coffee, nothing fancy, no pastry, just caffeine and habit. My phone vibrated before I even pulled back onto the road. "Amanda, did you just make a purchase without approval?" I stared at the screen thinking it had to be a joke. Me, "It is coffee." The dots appeared immediately. "Amanda, Rule 1. All purchases over $40 require approval." Me, "It was for some Oilers." "Amanda, you are missing the point. The point is respect for the system." System. She said it like she had built something important. When I got home that night, there was a printed notice taped to the refrigerator. Bright red header, bold font. Infraction 1. She had signed it at the bottom. Lily was standing nearby, silent, holding her backpack like a shield. "Mum says if you get 3 strikes, you lose allowance privileges," she whispered. I knelt down in front of her. "Daddy does not have an allowance, sweetheart." She frowned. "Mum says everyone has to earn trust." I wanted to scream. Instead, I hugged her and told her to go wash her hands for dinner. Dinner, by the way, was takeout sushi, $212. Approved. Over the next 2 weeks, the rules multiplied like mold. Rule 1.5. All grocery purchases required photographed receipts. Rule 3.5. Allowance could be reduced for negative attitude. Rule 5.5. Work friends were not pre-approved social contacts. She started speaking to me like I was a junior employee under review. Every conversation had a clipboard energy. Meanwhile, the spending got worse. I started waking up at 4 a.m, not because of work, but because my chest felt tight. I would lie there doing math in my head. Mortgage, utilities, insurance, Lily's activities, and then the credit cards. One night, while Amanda was out at what she called a wealth alignment dinner, I logged into our shared accounts. I wish I had not. In 4 months, we had accumulated just under $16,000 in credit card debt. Nordstrom, a boutique in Boulder, a private chef tasting, spa packages, membership dues for Silver Ridge Country Club that I had never agreed to. Then I saw something worse. A second card, same bank, same joint information, paperless statements sent to a different email. Balance, $12,400. I felt cold. I pulled up our savings account. Lily's college fund, $50,000 down to 19. Transfers labeled temporary liquidity, temporary. That night, I did not confront Amanda. I did not sleep either. I started documenting everything. Screenshots, statements, dates, times. I pulled my credit report and froze it. Then I started looking outward. Amanda talked constantly about her new inner circle, the women from the club, the lunches, the mastermind calls. The loudest voice belonged to Paige Whitmore. Paige was everywhere. Instagram stories, brunch photos, quotes about abundance and alignment. Her husband was supposedly a high-end developer, but the math never added up. I did some digging. Paige's company was registered to a mailbox service. Her coaching business had no real clients outside the club. Her testimonials were all from the same group of women, recycling language like a script. Then there was the financial guy, Ethan Ross. Amanda said his name like it carried authority. Ethan said our retirement accounts were sleeping. Ethan said passive income was the only path to freedom. Ethan said traditional work was for people without vision. I searched him. His office address was a shared workspace in Denver. His certifications were online. His company had been dissolved once already under a different name. Red flags are from. Wi-Fi's are everywhere. I reached out to another husband without telling Amanda. Mark, married to Paige's friend, Olivia. We met for coffee in a parking lot, like we were planning something illegal. He laughed when I mentioned the rules. You too? He asked. Turns out Olivia had implemented a similar system. Allowances, location sharing, spending approvals. She says it is about alignment, Mark said. But somehow alignment always costs us money. We compared notes. Same advisor, same talking points, same pressure to invest, same isolation tactics. It was not coincidence. It was coordination. While the adults were busy destroying their lives, Lily was shrinking. Her teacher called me one afternoon. She seems anxious about money, she said carefully. She asked if art supplies were too expensive. That night, I found Lily counting coins on her bedroom floor. I want to help, she said. If I pay for my stuff, maybe Mum will not be mad. I sat on the floor with her until she fell asleep. My jaw clenched so tight it hurt. That was when I stopped thinking about saving my marriage. I started thinking about saving my child. The breaking point came during what Amanda called a family strategy summit. She sat across from me at the dining table with a folder full of charts, exponential curves, buzzwords, promises, Ethan's latest opportunity, an early access investment. She wanted $100,000. We did not have $100,000. She pointed at my retirement account like it was spare change. I said no. She quoted Rule 6. That was when I stood up, walked to the drawer, and pulled out my own laminated page. One sentence. All household rules apply equally to both spouses. No exceptions. She laughed, nervously. Then I asked for her phone. Then I asked about the dinners she claimed were book club meetings. Then I asked about the transfers. Her face drained of colour. The silence that followed was not peaceful. It was terrified. That was the moment everything began to unravel. And it was only the beginning. Amanda did not sleep that night. Neither did I. She paced the house like an animal trapped in a shrinking cage. Phone glued to her hand, whispering urgently into it while pretending not to notice me. sitting at the kitchen table with my laptop open. I was not guessing anymore. I was confirming. The rule had done exactly what I knew it would do. The moment control stopped being one-sided, the illusion cracked. At 6:30 in the morning, my phone buzzed. Mark. Group text created. Names I recognized. Husbands. Fathers. Men who used to nod politely at barbecues while their wives compared handbags. The messages poured in. Did your wife mention a crypto opportunity? Has anyone heard back from Ethan? Olivia moved $30,000 yesterday without telling me. Paige says everything is fine, but I cannot access our savings. By 8 a.m., the group chat was a forensic audit. Screenshots, bank statements, similar charges, same vendors, same language, copied word for word from coaching emails, same advisor, same pressure tactics, same rule systems. This was not lifestyle creep. This was a coordinated extraction. Amanda finally snapped around 9. She stood in the doorway of my home office. Eyes red, jaw tight. You went behind my back, she said. I protected our child, I replied. You humiliated me. You stole from our daughter. Her phone buzzed again. She glanced down and flinched. I saw the name on the screen. Paige. Amanda answered on speaker without realizing it. Tell him to stop. Paige hissed. My kiss-hand. The husbands are panicking. Ethan is not responding, Amanda said, voice shaking. What is happening? There was a pause. Then Paige said something she probably thought would never leave that room. Just stall. If we can get through this week, Jason says the funds will clear. Jason. A name I had not heard yet. I leaned forward. Who is Jason, Amanda? She hung up. The next few hours were chaos. One husband drove to Ethan's office. Empty. Another called the number listed on the investment paperwork. Disconnected. By noon, someone found a public court filing. Ethan Ross was not his real name. His actual name had 2 prior fraud settlements. The money was gone. By the time Amanda realized what she had done, the club chat had imploded. Accusations flew. One wife admitted she had been sleeping with Ethan. Another admitted she had taken money from her husband's retirement without consent. Paige's husband filed an emergency account freeze that afternoon. Amanda sat on the couch staring at her phone like it was a dead thing. This was supposed to fix everything, she whispered. You did not want to fix anything, I said. You wanted to escape. That night, Lily stood between us in the living room. She had heard enough. Why do you care more about your friends than me? She asked her mother. Amanda opened her mouth. Nothing came out. I do not want fancy stuff, Lily continued, voice shaking. I just wanted you to play with me again. Amanda looked at me like she wanted me to save her. I did not. She packed a bag and left. I changed the locks. The next morning, I met with a family law attorney. I brought everything. The rules, the debt, the secret accounts, the drained college fund, the emotional neglect documented by Lily's teacher. The attorney did not sugarcoat it. She demonstrated financial abuse and parental neglect, she said. You have a strong custody case. I filed immediately. Amanda tried to fight back. Her lawyer quit when her retainer PR bounced. In court, she talked about ambition and vision and social capital. The judge looked to the bank statements and stopped her mid-sentence. You took funds from a child's education account for personal luxury, he said. That is not ambition. That is recklessness. Custody was decided in one afternoon. Primary custody to me, supervised visitation for her, minimal support, limited time. The fallout spread fast. The country club revoked memberships. 2 marriages collapsed within weeks. One wife was sued for fraud. Jason was arrested. Ethan disappeared. The wealth circle vanished like smoke. Amanda tried calling me every day, crying, yelling, bargaining. I stopped answering. Lily and I went to therapy. She started smiling again, sleeping again, being a child again. 6 months later, I ran into Amanda at a grocery store. She looked smaller. The expensive clothes were gone. The confidence was gone. Tatiana, she said softly, I made mistakes. You made choices, I replied. Albeit from market. She looked at Lily. Do you miss Mummy? Lily thought for a moment. I miss the mummy who liked me, she said gently. That was the last conversation we ever needed. I did not destroy Amanda. I did not humiliate her. I simply refused to be controlled. And when control became mutual, the truth surfaced. The house felt different after Amanda left, not quieter, calmer. There was no constant buzzing phone, no whispered calls in the bathroom, no clipboard energy hanging in the air like a threat. Just space. Breathing room. Lily slept through the night for the first time in months. So did I. The weeks after court were not dramatic. They were administrative. Therapy appointments, school meetings, budget resets. I closed accounts, consolidated debt, sold the jewelry Amanda had bought with our savings. It did not recover everything, but it slowed the bleeding. Amanda tried to reframe the narrative. She told anyone who would listen that I was controlling, that I did not support her growth, that I sabotaged her awakening. The paper trail disagreed. The judge had been clear. Financial recklessness, emotional neglect, pattern of manipulation, supervised visits only. I did not celebrate the ruling. I felt sick with relief. Lily asked one night while we were brushing our teeth, "Does Mummy hate you now?" "No," I said carefully. "Mummy is confused. Sometimes people get lost chasing things they think will fix them. Like when I thought getting more toys would make me happier," she said. "Exactly like that." She nodded, satisfied. The visit started awkwardly. A small room at a family services centre, a folding table, a toy bin that smelled like disinfectant, a caseworker in the corner pretending not to watch. Amanda showed up overdressed at first, full makeup, designer bag she probably should have sold. Lily hugged her politely. Amanda talked too much, promised too much. "We will go to the beach next time," she said once. "There is no next time beach," Lily replied calmly. "We only have visits here." Amanda blinked like she had been slapped. The truth was, Lily had moved on faster than Amanda ever could. Children adapt when safety returns. Adults cling to illusions. 6 months later, Amanda stopped dressing up. The bag disappeared. She wore plain clothes, cheap shoes. She started asking me for money through text messages. Small amounts at first. Gas, groceries, then rent, then emergencies that always seemed to repeat. I stopped responding. I was not cruel. I was done enabling. The last time she asked, she wrote, "I have nothing left." I stared at the message for a long time. Then I deleted it. Lily flourished. Her teacher emailed me saying her focus had improved. Her anxiety had vanished. She stopped apologizing for needing supplies. She joined art club again, dance class. She laughed louder. One night, she taped a drawing to the fridge. It was our house. Not big, not fancy. Stick figures holding hands in the yard. "This is my favorite place," she said. That was the moment I knew we had already won. A year passed. I got promoted. Ironically, the same overtime Amanda had tried to ban had positioned me for it. We moved to a slightly larger home near Estes Park. Still modest, still practical. More light, more trees. Amanda called it middle class once. I call it peaceful. We ran into Amanda at a mall a few weeks before Lily turned 9. She looked exhausted. Smaller, like someone who had been carrying a lie too long. She saw Lily first. "Hi," she said softly. Lily stepped closer to me instinctively. "Hi, Mum. Can I hug you?" Lily looked up at me. "If you want to," I said. She did. Brief. Careful. Amanda held on too long. "Are you happy?" she asked Lily desperately. "Yes," Lily said without hesitation. "But you could have more," Amanda insisted. "You could have nicer things." Lily frowned. "I do not want more things. I wanted you." The words landed hard. Amanda cried in public. Real tears, not performative. I did not step in. This was her reckoning, not mine. As we walked away, Lily asked, "Was that mean?" "No," I said. "That was honest." She nodded thoughtfully. 18 months after the laminated rules, life feels simple again. Saturday pancakes, Sunday bike rides, Wednesday pizza nights. We are not rich. We are not connected. We are not impressive to country clubs. We are happy. Amanda still texts occasionally, always apologies, always promises, always asking for another chance. I do not reply, not because I hate her, but because love without boundaries becomes permission for harm. Lily said something last week that stopped me cold. "Dad," she said, "remember when Mum tried to make all those rules?" "I remember. And you made one rule." "Which one?" "That rules have to be fair for everyone." I smiled. That was the idea. She nodded. That rule fixed everything. Maybe she is right. Control only works when it is one-sided. The moment fairness enters, manipulation collapses. Amanda wanted 7 rules to manage our lives. I wrote one that revealed the truth. Be fair. Be honest. Do not spend what you do not have. Value people more than appearances. Love your family more than your image. She forgot those rules. Lily and I live by them every day, and we have everything that matters.